So in this video I'm going to discuss Codeforces round 932 rated for division 2. So in this video I'm going to discuss first three problems of this problem set. So let's start with problem number A. The name of problem A is entertainment in MAC. So in this question I will be given a string S and initially it will be equal to some value. Okay, and in one operation what I can do, I can simply add reverse string, or I can say I can append reverse string in the end of my original string. Okay, for example my string is CPM, so I can add MPC in the end of CPM. And in another operation what I can do, I can simply reverse my whole string, like it is CPM, or I can make it MPC, and I can perform some even number of operation on this string, or I have to perform even number of operation, which means I cannot make less than even number of operation, so that are compulsory, which means I have to perform exactly n operations. So what is the lexicographically smallest string I can generate from the number of operations? So the answer is pretty much simple. If my current string is greater than is reverse string, then my answer is my original string. Else, if my reverse string is greater than my, or I can say if my reverse string is my lexicographically smaller than my original string, then I can simply reverse my original string. For example, in this case, the reverse is smaller than original, so I can simply reverse the original string and append the original string in the front of reverse string. So that's how I can get the mixed lexicographically small string. So I think so there is nothing to tell much in this problem number A. So let's now begin with problem B, that is informatic in MSc. So in this question, I will be given an array. Okay, for example, 2, 2, 1, or I can say like here. uh, For example, this is the array. Let me teach you here. Okay, so let's suppose this is an array. So in one operation, what I can do, I can simply select a subsegment. Okay, I can select a subsegment, or I can select another subsegment. I can select another subsegment. So I have to select at least two subsegments in this subarray, or in this array. I have to select at least two segments. And what I have to satisfy is that my max, or I can say my max value. If you don't know the definition of max, you can read it here. It is given here, right? So uh, what is my condition, like if I have to divide my array into more than two parts, more than one parts, and my max of each and every segment should be equal. Okay, so how I can get the answer? For example, the answer for this is this only. Like, let me tell you, first I will divide it into this, then I can divide like this, then I can divide into this. The max of this segment is 2, the max of this segment is also 2, the max of this segment is also 2, right? So that's how I can get max of 2, that is of all the segments. So there's one condition in getting a max. So whether my max will be occurring in my array or not, tell me just one thing. If for example, if this is my array, let's suppose this is my array, something like that, these are n number values, and and s- let's suppose x is the max of my x is that max which is not occurring in any of the segment of this array, then will x occur in this whole array? The answer is no, because max is that value which is never which is smallest value that is not occurring in my segment. Okay, so my max will never be occurring in my array. Okay, that's good. So what I can do, I can simply check what my max can be of my array, and how I can find. I can simply find the minimum possible value which is not there in my array. For example, let's suppose my array is given like 1, 2, 3. Let's suppose 3, 4. So what is the minimum possible value which is not present in this array? That is 3, which means the answer can be 3 or nothing, which means I will try to break my array into parts such that my max of each and every part is 3. If I can divide my array into such parts such that my max of each and every part is 3, and the parts are greater than 1, then my answer exists, else my answer never existed. For example, if you tell you using this test case only, so let me start. What is the dead value which is the smallest and not occurring in this array? That is initially the value 2. Yes, which means my max can be 2 only. So I will try to break my array into parts such that each and every part have a max of 2. Okay, great. So let me begin from here. Oh, let's start. So it is 0. Is my max 2? No, my max is 1 here. Is my max 2? Yes, my max is 2. So I will simply break it. Okay, great. Now I will again start from here. 7. Is my max 2? No. Then I will go to 1. Is my max 2? No. Is my max 2? Yes, my max is again 2. So I will break it here. Okay, great. Now we again start from here and go till the end. Okay, great. Go till the end. So you can see the max of each and every segment is 2. And that's how I can simply check my answer. So you can simply implement the solution. First of all, try to find the minimum possible value which is not occurring in my original array. Then try to break the array, given array, into segments such that each and every segment have a max of 2, or I can say max of that value which is smallest and not occurring in my array. Try to do in this try to do in this order. That's how you can solve the problem easily. Or if you want implementation, you can get the code in description also, as I will try to make you understand from this also. So first of all, what I'm doing, I'm simply storing the making a variable val. And what is the val storing? Val is simply storing the smallest possible value which is not there in my array. Okay, great. Then what I'm doing, I'm simply checking whether, for example, I will start greedily. First of all, I will put put the element this in my array, then this, then check if my current max is val or not. For example, this is val. If my current max is val or not. Okay, great. I will simply checking if my current if my current max is val, then I can simply break it there and simply push the segment in my answer array. For example, if this is max, I can simply put 1 and 2 in my answer array. Okay, great. Simply put answer in my answer array and clear the set because I want to max. Okay, because you can see the implementation clearly, because you know, if I want to max, for example, if I want max as 2, then my 0 and 1 should be occurring in my previous segment. So that's what I'm checking here. If for example, if my max is 3, then at least 0, 1 and 2 should be there in my array. Then I can get a max of 3. That's what I'm checking here. If my set value is equal to my max, you can say if my set value is equal to max, or I can say my desired max, then I will simply break there and put the segment in my answer array. Else, I can simply check the values and insert that also, and I will also cross check it again once, because you know there's a test case like here. Like what is it? Yes, this is a test case. In this test case, for example, you will get a max of 5. Okay, 0 1 2 3, my 5 is that value which is not occurring in this array. Okay, but the length of my segment would be 1 only, because only one segment is satisfying the max 5. But I don't want, I want at least two segment to be having which would be having max 5. So in that case, I will simply check if my size of answer is 1 only, then I will simply print no. Okay, if my answer size is only 1, then I will simply print -1, because answer does not exist at all. Else I will simply cross checking the answer. I don't know if it is required or not, but for the sake of pretest, I've implemented it. Just I'm doing the recheck if my max of all the segments which I'm generating is equal to that value only which I'm getting. If that is true, if that is not true in any of the case, then I will simply print -1 and return. Else I will simply print the size of the answer and print all the segments which I'm getting. So that's how you can solve the problem number B. If you have any doubt in the implementation part or in any discussion part, you can comment me down. I will surely help you. So let's now discuss the problem number C, that is messenger in MSC. So in this question, I will given two values, for example A and B. Let me teach you here again. For example, this is the value. Okay, great. So you know what? My one of the values A, my another value is B. In this case, my left hand value is A and my right hand value will be all B's. So in this question, I will be given a L, which is range, or I can say maximum sum which I can get. So in this question, I want to select some of the subsets. For example, let's suppose I am choosing subset like this, and this subset. So the sum of so what I have to calculate the sum of subset. So how to find the sum of subset? First of all, write the subset like this. 4, 3. This is a 3 subset which I'm choosing. Okay, yes. So what you can do next? You can simply add all the A part. Okay, that is 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4. Okay, now what next? Now to calculate the next value, you have to find the modulus between the alternating b's. So what is the difference between 3 and 4? Which means I have to find the 3 minus 5. That is the absolute difference between them. Plus 5 minus 3. An absolute difference between them. and I have to add them up. So what is the sum of all this? The sum of all this is 8 plus 1, that is 9, plus similarly 2 plus 2 4. Okay, great. So the sum would be 13 only. So the sum of these three subsets is 13. So I have to find the maximum possible subset, maximum possible size of subset which I can get, so that the sum of the subset is smaller than my L. So how to solve this problem? I have, so you have understood the problem. I will repeat it once. I have to select some of the subset from my array, and I have to find the sum. How to find the sum? Some similarly add up all the a's, or you can say similarly add up all the a's and and add the absolute difference between alternating b's. So that's how you can find the sum. And I have to find them what is the maximum possible size of subset such that the sum of that subset should be smaller than my L. Okay, the size of that subset should be smaller than my L. So what is the size of that subset? So you can simply solve this problem. I also you must be thinking of binary search solution, because I will be trying, for example, I will trying maximum set. If it is not satisfying, I will smaller my search space. If it is satisfying, then I will increase my search space. But I don't know whether it will work or not. But the method which I have used, I will tell you that. So let me teach you that part. So first of all, there's observation. Like for example, I have a random. For example, let me take on bees first. For example, I have a random subset of bees. What are bees? These bees, which mean the right hand side values. Like for example, I have a subset of bees like 3, 8, 2, and 7. So now tell me, what is the minimum possible value which you can get using the alternating sum of this value? Let me take in this order only. So 3 minus 8, that is 5, plus difference between them, that is 1, plus difference between them, that is 5. So what is the sum? My sum is 11. Now let me take in this case like 2, 3, 8, and 7. So the difference between them is 1. The difference between them is 5, and difference between them is 1. So what is the sum? My sum is here is 7. So we can notice one thing. If I am sorting by all the b's in ascending order or descending order, then finding the alternating difference, then I will get the minimum possible sum using all the b's. And that's what I have to do. I have to simply minimize the sum so that I can maximize the number of values in subset. Because I have to select the maximum possible values, and to get the maximum possible value, I will always try to generate the minimum possible sum from the existing values. Okay, great. That's the condition. That's the what questioning asking me to do. So to get the minimum possible answer from the bees, what I can do, I can simply uh, rearrange my all the bees in ascending order. Then what I can do, I can simply get the minimum possible sum using the alternating sum. Because here you have seen, if I'm finding the sum in alternating order, then I'm getting a 11 as a sum. But if I'm sorting the bees, then I'm getting a sum as 7, which means by sorting the bees in ascending order, I will get the minimum possible sum of bees only. Okay, now my how the half of the problem is solved here. How? For example, let A is B, A B, A and B, A and B. Now I will sort my all the array. I can sort my all the given data to me in the ascending order of my bees. Great. Let me repeat it here once again. Okay, yes. So for example, here is my A's, here is my B's. So I will sort my all the A's and B's in the ascending order of my B's only. Great. I will sort them. Now what next? After that, what I can do? I can simply brute force. Okay, great. For example, my all the B's are sorted here. Okay, my all the B's are sorted here. Then what I can do? I can simply check for each and every array, because my n square will work. My constants are allowing me to work on n square. Great. So I can simply brute force from all the a to n and try to find what is the maximum possible size of subset which I can generate, so that the sum of that subset is smaller than my L, and I have to maximize the sum. But how you can do that? Let me take another example. Let me teach you with this only. Let me resolve the part. And here is my simple test case which I was having. Great. Now first of all sort the values in the ascending order of my b's. So how can sort it? I can simply sort them easily. Let's suppose here it is b, here it is b, here is a, here is b. So first of all I can get 4 comma 3, then I can also write 4 comma 3 one more time, then 2 comma 3, and then there's a 2 comma 4 and then 1 comma 5. So I have sorted my array in the ascending order by all the b's. Okay, great. Now what next? Now simply next, how I can find the sum? For example, if I'm telling you that tell me the sum of these three values, sum of the give me the sum of these three values from the subset. So what you will do? You will simply do 4 plus 2. Okay, great. Now what next? You will simply try to do like 3 minus 3, the absolute difference, plus, let me take another example because it is pretty much confusing. Let me tell you, you want the sum of these three subset, because here I'm having the different values of b, that's why I'm doing this. So here, so find the sum of these three values. So what is the sum? First of all, add up all the a's. 2 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, great. Now what next? So add all the b's, that is 4 3 minus 4 modulus, plus what I could do next, 4 minus 5 modulus. So you know one thing, that my b's are always increasing, which means my next part will be always be greater. So I can simply write it like this only now. 4 minus 3, because I will always get the absolute difference. And I similarly 5 minus 4. Now here you will notice one thing. My some of the values are cutting. For example, my 4 is cut out by this 4. Now what I'm remaining now? I will always be remained by 5 minus 3. What is the 5 minus 3? If you notice properly, my 5 is the maximum value and my 3 is the minimum value in the subset which I am choosing. For example, if I have chosen this subset, then my sum of b would be only maximum value minus minimum value. That's how I can deal b part. Okay, now you can simply deal the a part also. What is a part? A part is simply the sum of all the values of a. Okay, great. Now how to solve this optimally? Now again, next problem. You have observed this much, because the if I'm giving you like query like this, if I'm giving a query like this, that tell me the difference, tell me the sum of this and these four values, you can simply calculate like 5 minus 3. 5 is the last value and 3 is the first value, plus the sum of all these, plus the sum of all these. That's how you can find the sum of these five values. Okay, great. But how you can use this approach in your problem? By using in solving the problem, that is also pretty much easy part. But how? You can simply use a data structure like multiset in C++ to store all the A's and greatly remove them also. But how? I will start entering from the next. I will start entering from the first. Let me fixing the let me fix this value of my b. Okay, great. I will always try to start from this value b. Then I will start entering from value number 1, value number 2, value number 3. And at each and every point, I will find the difference between the current point and my last point of b by finding the difference between by finding the difference between my last b and first b. Because if I'm starting from this point and ending at this point, the diff the the answer which b is contributing is similarly 3 minus 3, that is the my largest value minus smaller value, plus the sum of a you can simply store in multiset. For example, 4 plus 4 plus 4, that is 10 only. But if any point your current sum is getting greater than my desired value, getting greater than your desired value, then you can simply start deleting your values from multiset, which on in multiset you will be storing all the a's. For example, let's suppose 4 in multiset you will always store in sorted order. For example, 5. So let me tell you that, for example, that the sum of all these a's is becoming greater. Okay, now you can what you can do, you can simply readily remove the largest value of a. Okay, I will remove the largest value of a. And what next? I can simply find the sum of all the remaining values and the remaining views I am getting. And for each and every point, if your current sum is more than n, you can simply check the set size, because the size of size of that multiset would be only the number of set element in that subset, or I can say in that subset which you are choosing, whose sum is more than this desired sum. So if I show its implementation, first of all, I'm taking the input and getting the my b array first, because I have to sort my array. So I will simply use the inbuilt sort function without the comparator operator, because it will reduce my headache for comparator making comparator. That's why I'm first of all inputting my all the b's, then inputting all the a's, and then sorting the values according to b's. Then what I'm doing, simply fixing. What I'm doing, I'm simply fixing the first b. Okay, I have the fix. Then I will start iterating from this b to to my below bottom part, getting the bottom part. Okay, great. And making a multi-head for each and every iteration, and simply check if my current sum. What is my current sum? My current sum is simply my last value of b. That is the, for example, my last value of b minus my first value of b. Here you can see my last value of b minus my first value of b, because my r is last and my l is first. Simply, this is my answer which is this is my answer which is contributed by b. B will not contribute more than this answer, more than this sum in my final sum, plus the current. The current is simply all the values of my, the current is simply all the values which are simply chosen from my a subset. And if I'm checking if my that sum is greater than l, which means I cannot make an operation. If my value is greater than l, then I will simply remove the last value, or I can say maximum value from a subset. You can see maximum value from a multiset, and remove the from my answer also, and simply remove my set, remove it from my answer set and current sum from all these, and simply checking if, you know, if I'm out of this value, this means my current sum is more than l. And at that point I will check the size of my subset, because that is the number of value which I'm storing, and the sum of all these values is more than l. In that case, I can simply use the maximum of all these occurrence and simply print the answer. So that's how you can solve the problem C also. So I will try to upload the problem solution of problem video also, because I will partially able to solve this or not, I must say it or not. So I will try to do that part also. First I have decided to solve in this video, but I think so I will not able to teach you properly. So if you have any doubts in these three problems, you can comment them down. And till then, stay tuned for the next one. Thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, please. And please do drop a like, and please don't forget to subscribe and share video with fellow CP mates. Until then, stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.